I'm Tim Cockerill, and I'm a senior lecturer in natural history at the University of South Wales in the UK, where I run a degree in natural history. And I teach a huge diverse range of different things, from ecology and biodiversity. I study the diversity of living things on planet Earth, but also how to document and communicate that incredible diversity. So I teach photography and filmmaking and science communication, a really big mix of different things. I'm from Hull, a town in Yorkshire in the northeast of England, and Yorkshire as a county is an amazing place. We've got some phenomenal countryside, beautiful fields and beautiful forests, and when I was a kid I used to spend time in the summer out on my bike, cycling out into the countryside and just enjoying being outdoors. I developed a real love for the outdoors. My parents used to take me on camping holidays, and just spending time in the wilderness, out in the field, was something that has always stayed with me. Another thing that really turned me on to what I'm doing today is spending time just in the garden. And I had a small book, a small guidebook to the insects of the UK. And I used to rummage around the garden pond and in the trees and bushes at the bottom of the garden. And it's something that still astonishes me to this day, how you can spend half an hour in a garden and you can see a huge array of completely different species, things that are just as exciting, for me anyway, as lions on the Serengeti or the Masai Mara, these tiny stories that are going on right under our very noses. And it's really those things that switch me on to a life in natural history, and it's a life that I'm enjoying. I've been on 3 field trips now with EcoTraining in Botswana, in Mashatu, and in South Africa in the Kruger Park in Makuleke. And just spending time out in the field in these incredible places, Africa leaves something with you when you go back home. There's a kind of magic that you just absorb spending time in the field here. But it's not just spending time in the field, spending time with the EcoTraining guides, who really are expert natural historians. They know so much about the specifics about this environment, but just about the kind of philosophy and the feel of these kind of areas. So I'm looking forward to coming back next year, and it's something that I hope to continue going on years and years from now. My first impressions of EcoTraining, when I first arrived that first time in Botswana, I was filled with confidence actually. We arrived after a really long, tiring journey, and we arrived and we were extremely well fed, we were extremely well looked after, and we were told exactly what we'd be seeing, and then the next day we just launched off into the field and had a brilliant time. And so yeah, I've had a really positive experience of EcoTraining so far. Before I come back on the field trip next year, I've got several other field trips lined up, mainly around Europe. I'll be going off to Spain and several trips in the UK. But on a personal note, I'm going to be doing lots more photography. As well as teaching photography, it's something that never stops being a challenge. And so once you've got that bug, once you've caught the addiction for photography, just spending time out in the field and trying to take creative photos documenting the natural habitats that surround us, well, it's something that you can't stop. You're never satisfied with your own photos, and so I'm going to try to do as much photography as possible so that I'm ready for the trip next year.